It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Well, man, I'm sitting here with Bob Madaio from Sharp. Last time I talked to Bob was at Print United 2023. Bob, it's been a year.
It seems like an annual thing for us, doesn't it?
Well, I got to tell you something. So last year, you were here saying it's coming.
Yes, sir.
This year, you're here and it's here. So
Yeah.
how's it been? What's the difference in the two shows?
Sure, yeah. So I think from a pure show perspective, we could also just talk about where we are with the program perspective. I mean, last year we were excited to have the technology. I think you could tell in the booth there was a lot of excitement. It wasn't the biggest booth. We just wanted to show we had it, kind of a sign of intent. I think this time, I know you've seen the booth a little, we could talk about that. You see a much more robust approach, partner involvement, the people who are here. So the program's really taken a big step forward.
Which is awesome. You know, one of the things I noticed when you go around to the peers in the room, if you will. So it is a print show. It's
Yep.
Print United.
Yep.
And there's, industrial print, all this print. But when you're in the Sharp booth, it is print. They have serious print equipment, but they also have brought all their other technologies, which is awesome. So it lets those, especially the dealers that are here, it allows them to look at this stuff, and the conference room stuff's neat stuff. But let's talk about this big giant machine, as I call it. So you got the big giant machine going, partnered with Fuji last year.
Yep.
You brought in a guy to head that up for you.
Did.
And where are we at with
Sure.
that progress?
Yeah. So we've done a few things. So yes, we've got the BP 1200, our 6-color press, which has been really exciting in the dealer community. We've also just here on the floor, and we've announced the availability of our mono machines, our black and white, which have been added to the portfolio recently, and dealers can get those now. So I guess there's a bunch of ways to look at it. From an internal perspective, yes, we brought in Dino, great production experience, has seen the ups and downs and learned a lot. We knew we needed someone to lead that business, and he's here. He's been terrific. But around him, we've actually been putting people in the field experts, service experts, help desk experts, also working with third parties so our dealers can get service. Because again, we know a lot of our dealer friends are here. I just saw some sitting in the booth before we walked in here. They're going to be a group that already know how to do this business, and a group that are going to need some hand holding but really want to get into it. And we're trying to have people to help them along the journey. It's not going to be for everyone, but we are seeing, we've got multiple dealers with showroom machines now. We've got some end user customers in both black and white and color going. So we're excited. We always want more progress. We're excited at this show. Some of these machines aren't going home. We're selling them here on the floor. We're working with our dealers to do special things. And I guess to your point on the other side of the booth, we were very careful. If you look at our messaging at the booth, it's all about Simply Smarter Print.
Yeah.
We talk diversification, out the wazoo. And this show, we know there's a mix of our dealers who are interested in diversification, but end users who probably don't really care, right? They're trying to run a profitable print business. Mm-hmm. So instead of focusing on that other technology, we built it into the booth. So you can see TV LED screens in the front. We're sitting in a conference room whose glass wall turns into a presentation screen for our partners. So we want the dealers to see you can grow in multiple paths with us, but we want print to see we're here for print. We want to build that business with you. We're trying to build it with the right people and right programs. So I think we're on the right path.
When did you start delivering the Fuji product
It's
into the market, like going into the market?
Yeah. It's been a few months now. I don't recall when the first ones went out, but they've been available. To be honest, we held back. We had new dealer agreements that had to be signed. We had training, and we didn't want to start shipping machines to dealers we didn't knew how to service and train on them. So that progress and those hurdles have been hit. So it's been in the last few months that they've been headed out to dealers. I'd have to look up the exact date.
Quarter.
Yeah. So it's been going. It's been on more recently than we hoped. Again, it's been a big learning curve, but the excitement's palpable. And when we started hearing the first couple end users start rolling, which they are now, that's really built the excitement up.
Have you had any dealer in the last 3 months? Because they knew it was coming.
Yeah.
It's like you were here last year, so they know it's coming.
Yeah.
Was there any pent-up opportunities from the dealers, or were they all just kind of waiting for you guys to come in?
There's a bit of both. We had some pent-up. Look, there's the sub-message under Simply Smarter Print at this show for us is right product, right partner. And I think there's a lot of pent-up demand, even in large print houses, that through COVID just extended things. A lot of them know this technology. They are maybe unconvinced by the partner they have used before, and they're looking for an alternative. We are perhaps that alternative. So some of our dealers are seeing an opportunity there to say, hey, this is what it's like to work with Sharp. Give them a look. And even on the show floor, I think it's easy to mention, one of our dealers is here. Pacific Office Automation actually has a machine on the floor. They were ones who were here at the show last year, and they were very excited. So we are seeing dealers really take up that message. Either, I don't know if they're redirecting all the opportunities by any stretch from other OEMs, but they're seeing a place with customers who know this technology and have an interest in working with Sharp.
Do you think Sharp? You might not know. You might want to answer, but do you think Sharp is going to add an inkjet line to that high-end space as well?
That's a question for Dino. So we have been focused right now on making sure we know the business. Where we're looking at ink today, and you can see partners in our booth, is how to do embellishments after the fact and do things on top. As far as core product line, I would not hold your breath for anything immediate, but as the market changes, I know Dino goes to Japan now pretty frequently, and they're going to have lots of those conversations.
Well, obviously. I mean, you will, sooner or later.
100%.
So let me ask you the question.
Yeah.
Next year,
Yeah.
we're going to be here, Print United 2025. Are you going to be able to say that we sold 100 of these, 200 of these, 300 of these? You must have a quota. Can you share that?
No, I don't think I'm going to share that,
Okay.
but I know we're going to have a lot more because just seeing what we're coming out of this show with, the opportunities are jumping up dramatically. So I look forward to another annual visit with you where I do have a lot more to add, and I think it's going to be a lot easier to see machines on the floor with other partners and a lot of interest. And again, I think the reason we're going to see that big hockey stick in sales over the next 6 months is that our dealers are seeing the kinds of partnerships that they need to add. One of the big things that I'm really excited that we did on the booth here is we're having our partners present with us.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up.
Yeah, all right. We got 4 or 5 in the booth with us, and I think it's helping the end user see the profitability model that can exist. That's been the thing that's been a slower uptake with some of our dealers, but I think they're seeing it now, those. And I'll give an example. We actually have a production print shop presenter who does really great embellishment work speak as well to explain how they've built a profitable business. So we were very cautious not to overextend ourselves in the beginning, which is why that wasn't the hockey stick, but now it's starting to kick in. Dealers are seeing it, machines are in showroom floors, and we're getting those end users. I'm not going to give a number because I know it'll be wrong, but hopefully next year I'll be a little more liberal about talking about what that number is.
Well, I will tell you, so you brought up the thing about the booth, and I'm not going to go to every booth at Print United. It's impossible.
It's
but I will
a lot
tell
of
you
booths.
this. What I think you really reinforced in the messaging is that Sharp is a partner.
Right.
And when you bring in your partners, your dealers, to do presentations on your equipment, when you bring in those partners, customers, there's a lot of trust for them to even do that.
Yeah.
And that kind of reinforces that. And I think that's probably why the success in the high end will come from that. It's not going to be easy, and I told you that last year.
Yeah, and I know you've been cautiously skeptical. Hopefully, we're getting you to cautiously optimistic. That's our job, but I'll say this, right? When I think right product, right partner, we know the tech is great. I mean, I don't think anyone's ever come in this booth and had a different view. Right partner, I think, is a few things. One, we need to be the right partner to our dealers. Don't lead them into something that they're not prepared to invest to make money in. We need to be a right partner to the industry folks we're working with, and we need to be able to partner with them. So that's why the Duplos, the Pluckmatics, the Color Logics, the Tactifuls, we want them in our booth talking to customers and educating them. What can you do with this technology? And also, if you're not ready, we had 30-some dealers together with us last night talking about the business and excited, but they're honest about you got to invest to make this a real business.
Yeah.
And we don't want to lead dealers down the wrong path. So we're trying to be very careful and be the right partner to other partners and to our dealers.
Well, just, if you do what you've done in the business print world,
Yeah.
you got a good start. You got a year start into this. You were obviously you're disciplined if you've only really been in the marketplace for the last quarter.
Right.
Good. You don't want to do anything kind of half-assed. So, Bob, it's always a pleasure talking to you, and I'm looking forward to Print United 2025. Is there anything you want to add to this?
No, I think it's always great to see you. I look forward to doing these recordings and hopefully get some more time with you, and love talking strategy. You certainly have a unique beat on the marketplace and insight we don't get sometimes from other sides. So, keep working with you. Be here next year, and hopefully the length of customers doesn't fit in this room. We'll see what the number looks like.
Well, I'll tell you this, Bob, just like Sharp, I love what I do. And everybody watching me knows this: status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck there. See y'all tomorrow.